Hello, and welcome to my desk, where I like to sit, talk about books sometimes, but today we're gonna be talking about something else. One of the last videos I did on my channel before I took a really long break was an unboxing of the Green Witches Oracle deck. And in that video, I believe I said that I would do an update on how I felt that it was working out for me, etc., etc. That's not really what this video is going to be. I will say that it's been working out for me great. But what I wanted to do, or what I wanted to kind of try out a little bit, was a fun little series I might keep around. We'll see. A lot of the times with oracle decks or tarot decks, people talk about intuition and reading the cards before you read the oh look, I got ash on my thumb. Great. The actual little description that's given with the deck. And that was something that the creator of this deck particularly encouraged. And so it's kind of something that I took to heart. And I will put a bit of, my second cat. I have one cat on my desk here who joined me for my last video that I just filmed, and now my other cat is joining me. This is great. Hello, kiddo. Okay, let's get back to this. So, oh yeah, so my disclaimer is, I don't identify as a witch. I use, oh my gosh, kiddo. She's trying to climb up again. Okay, you know what? If you just want to sit here for a minute, you can. Okay, scram. Changing my mind. Okay. What I was saying was, I don't identify as a witch. I'm just going to put that out there. So this is my way of using something to connect with my intuition. So for me, this isn't about magic or I don't really know how to say that. About kind of reading the future or the past, or that necessarily. For me, it's about what I see that gives me insight into kind of the thoughts that I have underneath the surface that I might not really want to focus on, or I'm just kind of suppressing or ignoring stubbornly. You know, I think you see what you need to see. You see, I guess some people would say you see what you want to see, but I don't agree with that. At least that's not how I use something like this as a tool in my life. If you haven't seen the other video, it's just kind of a unboxing, show some of the cards, show a little bit of the book. This is the only oracle deck I've ever had. I have had tarot decks before, but I didn't find it as intuitive And so for my purposes, it wasn't really helpful. When my brain gets messy and chaotic, I need something more simple, more straightforward, that I can focus my attention on, that is more about, I don't know, it's not, I was going to say more about intuition, less about detail, but that's not really accurate. So, yeah, so anyways, this is the little book that it comes with. It's very detailed, full color photos of all of the deck. And what I usually do, even though I'm not in the magic realm, I am a little bit superstitious. And so I do have these 2 selenite sticks that I do like to run over the deck before I use it. And you might say, well, if you don't believe in magic, then why do you do that? To clear away the energy. And to that I will say, it's not that I don't believe in magic. I would say I have a different conceptualization of kind of what magic is. And that's something I can talk about sometime, or never, maybe, I don't know. Something that I thought would be fun would be to pull a card and just kind of tell you what I see in the card. And for everyone, this is going to be different. You're going to see things and relate them to your life in different ways, depending on your situation. And this is just kind of this is how I do this, and this is how I find it useful. And then after that, we will read what the book says, and it does pose a question to you as well for you to kind of think about and resonate with, and how you can relate that to the specific thing in your life that you're kind of trying to gain more understanding or insight into. Yeah. Here we go. Let's pull. I'm not doing anything specific reading for me or anything. This is just a example of, for example purposes, I guess. So let's see what we have. Okay, so I have pulled this card before. So this card is thyme, and on the bottom it says presence and self-awareness. And usually I wouldn't actually read that first, so I just kind of jumped ahead. But what I would do is I would look at the card and I'm saying to myself, what am I seeing? So in the center of the card, I see a green gemstone. Now this is an earth-based deck, so a lot of the things are going to connect to nature, and then in my brain I'm going to connect those to things or like attributes that I would then assign to those things, if that makes sense. I know that things have like magical properties assigned to them, colors and plants, but that's not anything that I'm speaking about. I'm not knowledgeable about that. That's what you're looking for there. That's not what you're going to get. So anyways, so the first thing obviously is this green gem in the middle that kind of draws your attention right to the middle. You have the thyme sprigs with their little flowers. This kind of filigree edges on all of the cards, so it's not really significant. The triangle with what appears to be water or air bubbles, the ground and the roots penetrating outside. So I identify all of those things. So if I was looking at this card for the first time, I would just write down everything that I see. And then I would say, okay, what do these things mean to me? So I'm seeing water and air, so kind of life-giving things. I'm seeing the roots breaking the boundary of the triangle, so perseverance and growth. And the plant is flourishing. The flowers are in bloom, so development, life, springtime, summertime, that's as far as my brain is going with those. But also kind of the triangle is a little bit like a cage. Why is the plant inside of it? How are the roots able to penetrate outside, but the soil is still inside? Are these little rays of sun? Are they of water? Is the plant wilting, or is it growing towards a light? In here, the plant is trapped. So, is the growth being stunted? The gem is kind of this obscuring object in the middle. It's almost blocking you from really seeing the plant. So maybe I am not really seeing the issue for what it is. I'm being blinded, or there's kind of an illusion that I have, or there's more depth, there's more nuance that I'm not allowing myself to see, because I'm kind of just focusing on this one thing that seems really huge and seems really big, but it's really just hiding the problem that's underneath, which is what is really stopping the plant? What is stopping the plant from getting out fully? What is the triangle that's binding the issue in my mind? How do I break out of that, like the roots are? So it's telling me whatever issue I am thinking about, I need to kind of step outside of the way that I'm looking at it and maybe look at other perspectives, or just kind of ask myself, am I really seeing this for what it is? You know, or am I just kind of taking it at face value? Am I being distracted by something shiny? When I really need to look behind the shiny thing. Is there something that I'm doing that's constraining myself? Or am I feeling boxed in and like I need to break free of something? So all of that is just from looking at the card, and that's just what I'm pulling out of my mind. I'm not thinking about anything in particular. That's just what I'm seeing in it. If you're thinking about a particular issue, your interpretations are probably going to be a little bit different of the context of all of these things. But just me looking at it first time, I mean, this is not the first time I've seen this card. I have actually pulled this card myself. Oh, I just smashed the microphone. I apologize. Yeah, so that is what I would write down. Like in my book, I would say, this is the date I pulled this card. These are the things I'm seeing. And then the next time I pull the card, I would also do the same thing, but I would write down everything. And then I would go back if I've pulled it before, and I would say, how does this context differ from the last time? And it really gets you in a mindset to learn how you think about problems, especially in their individual context. So then what you can do is you can then take into context the guiding words. on the bottom of the card. So presence and self-awareness. And I did kind of have this in my brain because I did accidentally read them first. So my interpretation of the card might have been colored by that. So just know that for this particular instance. But I would recommend just looking at the images and see what you pull from them, and then read the guiding words. So presence and self-awareness. So that does add more context to the interpretation that I just had of knowing how you're thinking about something, trying to see outside perspectives, identifying your biases towards whatever issue it is. What is constraining you? What do you need to break free of? What do you need to grow from? Is there anything that's distracting you at all? Are you present? Are you able to see past the shiny thing? To get in to the air, to the water, to the things that you need to access to help you move forward from whatever problem or issue or thing you're trying to see past. So just without even looking at the book, those are all things that just intuitively I'm seeing from this card. Now I'm going to pull out the book and we're going to see what it says. One thing that I mentioned in the review of this deck is the cards are in no order in the book. Like, they're not alphabetical. Some of them seem to be like grouped together. Like, some of the herbs are grouped together, but not all of them. There is kind of instruction on how you can pull different decks to read for different things, if that's something you're interested in. For right now, again, we're just talking about how to intuitively read the graphics of a card. So this is the problem I run into, is just flipping endlessly until I find the card. Also, my basement is really cold and my hands are going numb. My cat is here. He's laying on the heating pad that I would normally use to keep myself warm. Okay. This deck is so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. I highly recommend this deck if you are interested in oracle decks at all, and have any connection to the earth, to gardening, to just being present in nature. They are beautifully done, and the insights are so far. Oh my gosh, why can I not find this? This is absurd. Gosh, okay. Mushroom, sun, moon, time. Oh, there it is. Okay, so time, presence, and self-awareness. Card meaning. With its sharp scent, time tells you to be in the moment and pay attention to the state of your mind, body, and spirit. In green witchcraft, we rely on herbs to help ground us. The time card is asking you to be present and self-aware. It may be time to take an inventory of how you feel, with all the pretense, wishful thinking, and illusion stripped away. Evaluate yourself honestly. Take note of areas that sting or hurt and what feels good. Try not to judge your feelings. Just offer them love and understanding, and remember that feelings are not actions. It takes strength and effort to stay present in your life. So, just that is quite a step away from what I would intuitively pull from this card in the mind frame that I'm in right now. It does. If you're not someone who can look at images and pull things from them, I definitely think that it's a skill that you can learn if you practice at it. If you're not a visual person and you do want instruction, I think that this gives you a really good base. to get insight into whatever you're trying to get insight to. I do find that the card meaning descriptions are sometimes a little more targeted than can be useful in a broader sense, but still really good. So all the things in here, connection with your mind and body and spirit, grounding yourself and being present. So just kind of being still and present in your body and aware. So really take an inventory of how you feel physically and how you feel mentally. With all the pretense, wishful thinking, and illusion stripped away. So you really have to be honest, like with yourself, about how you're feeling. Don't let something shiny distract you, like this gem in the middle. You really need whatever it is that you're trying to examine in your life. Just be honest with yourself about it. If it's difficult, if it's hard, if it's something you need to let go of, but you really don't want to, you need to face all of those hard feelings and know that you have the strength to do that. Try not to judge your feelings, just offer them love and understanding. So if what you're feeling is negative or insecure or it feels like it's going to be hurtful towards someone that you love, for instance, just feel your feelings. Allow yourself the space. You owe it to yourself to be honest with yourself. And in the end, that's going to be what's best for you and what's best for everyone around you. Don't judge yourself. I think that's a lesson that everyone needs in life. Sometimes it's just something that is a kind of a universal truth, especially in today's society. We judge ourselves so harshly, and we judge ourselves on standards and against other people in ways that are just kind of astronomically worse than they have ever been due to social media. Just offer them love and understanding. So really just be kind to yourself, I think. And then the reflection is, have you been fully present in your daily life? If not, what steps can you take to change this? So once you've taken an inventory of your feelings and you've given yourself some grace, to use a term that's kind of ubiquitous, just ask yourself that question. How present am I really in my life? Am I really enjoying it and living it and valuing it the way that I should be? And if I'm not, what can I change to make my life more meaningful to me, to make it more valuable to me? Is there anything I can do? Even just sitting down and taking the time to pull myself an oracle card and take an inventory of my feelings and where I'm at in this day, in this space, in this chaotic world and life, and all of the stress that comes with just living. What little things can I do to make my life better for me? And what can I do to make sure that I am really participating in my own life? And if that's reading a book, if that's having a 5 minutes in the morning to drink my coffee, if that's to drink my tea, if it's sitting at a desk with my cat on a heating pad, and just watching the flame of a candle burn. You know, it's just taking those moments to be still in life and appreciate in all of the madness and all of the crap that gets thrown at us and all the anxiety and stress. What are the little good things that I enjoy? What makes me want to be happy? What makes me happy? And to be thankful for the good things that I do have and the good people that I know, and to try and not to overemphasize all of the bad. So maybe this was really a card pull for me today. You know, maybe I did need this reminder. In this year that I've had has been chaotic and miserable at times, and just taxing, and the reminder to be present, and the reminder to be appreciative, and the reminder to be authentic to myself and not warp myself to the world. You know, maybe it's coincidence. Maybe it's the energy of the earth giving me a message. It felt like I needed subconsciously. Maybe it's myself giving me the message from my subconscious. Who knows? But this is the value that I see, and this is an instrument. If you're not someone who believes in magic, if you're not someone who believes in like hooey stuff, if you're not superstitious, if you're just a person in the world who believes in science and emotion and the mind, then it's still a really just fun way to unlock parts of your subconscious that you might be ignoring or you might not be aware of. So that's the time card. And this is running quite long now, so I might have to cut some of it. I did ramble a little bit, but I think I may make this a little fun series where we just pull a card and we see what it looks like, we see what it says, we read what it says in the book, and we talk about how it might be giving a message to us in our lives, you know? So I hope that this was fun for someone out there. And that's really what this is about. So this is me taking the time to do something I enjoy. And maybe it will bring some happiness or joy to someone else. I don't know. All right, guys. Thanks. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.